Not the damn gays.
The gays. They're
These
trying to
gays.
killing me.
They're trying to write letters.
This might be the fastest turnaround we'll have to do of like the episode came up, us recording, and then posting this.
Yeah.
Because I will say like this is the most voracious out
The
of all of
girlies
the
have been
people that are
eating it up.
watching. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know our last episode almost has 16,000 views?
I mean,
And that's the most like I don't think we reached that much in Boys Planet.
and also I think the audience is a lot smaller for His Man. Like I don't think the amount of people watching His Man is the same as the amount of people that were watching Boys Planet. So
It's just
that's
all of those people are
So in
online.
the biz, that's what we call the market share. Our market share is a little
Okay,
bigger.
girl. Okay, girl.
Anyway, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, and now we're here.
And now we're here to talk about the queers. I said to RJ said a few days ago,
Yes,
he was
this
like,
is, this is your apology to everyone watching.
this is my apology. A few days ago, RJ was like, I think we should do a reaction to the final episode. And I was like, I don't foresee it being anything that dramatic because I felt like the narratives were very clear of what the show was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I don't think we need to do a reaction for it. Blah, blah, blah. Fine.
Cut to us.
Now, cut to me being half right.
Yeah.
One of the narratives, like, very clear.
Storybook.
Except for maybe the phone call. That's the only thing that was, like, a little bit
Yes.
not expected. But other than that, saw it from probably, like, 3 or 4 episodes ago.
Yeah.
And then everything else was just, like...
Completely nothing like we expected. Expect the unexpected.
And when I say unexpected, things I didn't think you could do.
The entire time we thought you couldn't do what happened.
And, like, I guess it makes sense because, you know, they
It's
can't
I think
force
it's-
you to choose someone,
But
right?
I think it's because it's the final.
Consent.
I do think because it's the final, they were like,
Yeah.
this is an option if you really don't want to. Also, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, Hyungjin, turn around. We have to film it again.
Like I've said before, like, this show doesn't say, like, and then you get engaged at the end of the show.
Yes.
This show is literally just like, would you meet each other again outside of the show?
Outside of the show, I know.
That's it.
That's it.
And, like...
That's the goal.
Yeah, okay. Let's start. Let us begin. Everybody turn in your hymnal to hymn 187. I'm really not going to talk about getting ready in the morning, except for one thing. Jungkook comes and gives the like cup of coffee to Youngie.
And then he has this talking head and it's like, I wish that maybe if I was more like attentive or helpful or took care of him earlier on, then maybe, and then he doesn't finish his thought. He does this a lot where he's like, then maybe, yeah. Like,
Because we know.
he's completing it in his head.
And I think here's the thing. I
David.
think one of the things that I've really taken away for when obviously we get a divorce.
When we get a divorce and we start
have to go
dating,
back out and get in the dating
And
world.
we're in His Man 8.
Can I say something? The people don't know this, but like when we were getting married, our go-to
Oh my
bit
God.
with every vendor we had, and this killed with our florist, by the way.
Yeah. The florist
Ate it
girl
up.
ate it up.
We would go into the meeting and like, hi, here we are. You like do the whole thing, song and dance of introducing yourselves. And then they'd be like, what are you thinking? And we're like, well, we're really just like trying to get ideas for our second marriages down the road. Ha 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 ha. And
Everyone was like,
every white woman who was our vendor was like, oh!
this is why y'all should get married.
Yeah.
By y'all, the gays.
Yeah. Thanks, Obergerfell.
We're gonna talk about our matching copper outfits today
I did find the actual jacket.
that they had. Were they designer?
I don't know. I think it was on a resale site, and I would have had to purchase it in rupees. And I was like, I
don't
would
love that.
I would have seen this 3 months from now, if it came at all.
Yeah. And B,
From a resale site,
girl,
who knows?
who knows?
Here's what I was gonna say though. The thing that I really took from this season of His Man specifically, besides like effective communication, we'll get to that, is don't feel like your role is the one who's like, I'm just here to be chased.
Oh,
I'm here to be pursued.
Ooh.
If you want something,
go get
just
it.
go for it. Life is so short, truly. And
this,
as old dragons, we know. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially here where it's
what
8 fucking days.
That's what I felt about Jungkook, because I was like, I mean, maybe it still would have been the exact same
Yeah.
circumstance, but like,
but he wouldn't have a
he
reason
wouldn't
to
have,
regret.
He wouldn't have regrets. And the worst part is having a regret about something. Try not to regret your life in general, but
Yeah, is regrets.
yeah. Because you're gonna wait around for someone to maybe decide they want to think about you. If Junsung had just waited, I don't think him and Sungho would have ended up together.
Yeah.
But he just went for it.
Yeah. Every single night.
Yep. All minutes of every day.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Do you ever think about how Junsung and Min-Seong went on a date together?
Yes, they were like, they're the cookies.
That was the cookies.
Get these cookies, baby.
Let's get these cookies, baby.
And they were fully like, yeah, I like someone else.
We were just friends. I don't even know if they're that close friends. Friendly.
I don't think they were. Yeah, they were just friendly.
Yeah. They are going to go listen to their voicemails from last night and then turn around, immediately write a letter to the person that they are choosing as they're like...
This is the one the rule said, write to the person that you have gotten to, you have the strongest feelings for at the end of the show.
So yeah, so they're going to pick, and then if they match, they will meet outside of the house. And then there's another thing that happens, but we'll get to that in a second. We start with Youngie. Youngie's the first, the Mangne. Okay,
goes home first.
So he leaves, and they have to like take everything with them. This is like they're leaving the house because the Airbnb, you have to be out by 10. The cleaner is here at 11.
Coming. Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure we start those laundry
and they
the
did
washing
not.
machine.
They did not.
They didn't strip the sheets.
They didn't strip the sheets.
They're gonna get a huge fine.
Yeah.
Huge cleaning fee from that Airbnb. Okay. Some Airbnb humor. Youngie goes down first. He has 2 voicemails. I think it's
clear.
As soon as they said it was 2, I was like, oh, I think it makes sense of who has left him voicemails.
He gets a voicemail from Jungkook in full English.
Full English.
And it's so funny because Youngie is like clearly flustered, which I mean, like, I know that he doesn't really have like feelings for him in that way, but it was really nice that like Youngie still feels genuinely flustered and charmed. There's still something that he's like, like I really feel for Jungkook. Like those are genuine.
We have to talk about
that I won the poll last episode.
No, we're not talking about that. Fuck that. And I've yelled about this before about how like, oh, we should be friends outside, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I've said like, don't go be friends if you aren't friends before. But I think in gay spaces where maybe you don't have gay friends, it does also feel just as important to keep those ties,
yeah.
Even if it's not super close, even if you're not going to be like besties forever, like
just to like have community.
Yeah. I didn't feel this season was as, we've said it before, but I don't think it was as like tight knit.
Yeah.
The whole house as last year, because last year it felt like they were like a group of friends.
They became friends, yeah.
More than they became like, and I think that was why maybe that wasn't as good of a season.
I feel like Exchange,
because there wasn't drama.
Like the season of Exchange that we saw, I think after the show
they're so tired of us talking about Exchange.
I know, but after the show, they all still stayed friends.
Friendly, yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's also like they spent a lot of time together.
Yeah. They did.
2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 whole weeks. My God. But they were spending every waking hour together because they wouldn't go to fucking sleep.
Yes. And they still had to go to work and then come back.
Yes. So Youngie gets a voicemail from Jungkook, and Jungkook's whole message is like, thank you. Like, it was all in English. I know you don't understand what I'm saying.
And I wouldn't have gone through. I wouldn't have been able to go on with if you weren't here to like help me.
I want to take Jungkook out. How do we use our platform? Someone has to know this man. From the number of people that watch
The show.
our recaps.
Yeah.
This is a plea.
This
if
is
you come to Chicago,
if you
just
play a
let
show.
us know. If you play
David,
a show,
play a show in Chicago. We'll take you out to drinks after.
We'll take you out to drinks. We'll take you out to Boys Town. We don't even need to go
We
like
don't even go
clubbing.
no,
we can
we're
go
not-
like to a bar.
Yeah.
I know a really great Cape barbecue place.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
If you want that, if you don't, we can also find something else.
Yeah. We can go to like depending on the season, we can go to a nice rooftop bar or a nice hotel bar downtown.
I love a hotel bar.
Ooh.
There's options.
Yeah.
Let us know. Sonu also has left a voicemail for Youngie. And again, it is not the exact message that Youngie wants to hear.
He's like, it's not what I wanted to hear, but I feel grateful.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to not lose hope.
Yes, this was the most clear that I felt like Youngie. This is the first time that Youngie has expressed to us that like I don't think it's there, but I like he really is like Jungkook.
It's not.
It's not good
vibes.
But then there's some
Rigomoris.
There's some tomfoolery happening at the end of the episode though.
Oh, there's some Jungkook goes down next. He does not have
any voicemails.
A voicemail. Sonu goes down next. He has a voicemail from Youngie, to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Also very sweet. I thought it was pretty short, actually.
Yes. And Sonu's comment was that he has never changed from the first time I saw him. And I think that's so cool that he stays like very like strong and sure of himself. I think specifically because he's also the maknae.
I definitely felt an energy of Sonu like looking for not that he's like has to search for nice things to say about him, but like
he was like, oh wow, what a cool guy.
What a cool guy.
What a cool guy. Women,
something I would never want to hear if I was like pursuing someone. Wow, you're so
like, wow,
cool.
You're a cool guy.
I would be like, well, I'd rather hear I'm cute.
Women are my favorite guy.
Oh, guys, women are my favorite guy. And then Sonu also has a second phone call.
Yes,
from Seong-ho.
Seong-ho. You didn't expect this.
No, I did. Did you expect this? We did not expect this. We thought it was Hyungjin.
That's right.
We were like, oh, Hyungjin
oh my God,
called him.
Hyungjin called.
Because
we were like,
yesterday, Hyungjin was like, I'm going to give up. Remember?
That's right. And then when it was Seong-ho's voice, Adam and I looked at each other. This was when I was starting to think about like, oh, we probably should have made a reaction video.
Oops.
Yeah.
And Seong-ho's, I think, was very clear that it was not a like, I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
But when he was like, you look at me with such warmth that I've never felt from any of my friends
family or loved ones.
Yeah.
Like he was crying.
It was a very...
Is that the first time we've ever seen Sonu cry?
I think so.
You could tell that he like didn't expect it at all.
No. I think very few people who were watching the show probably expected that phone call. Seong-ho is...
I mean, you see it in the whole show. Like he felt so, not even bad, but just like a genuine like feeling of like there was something there. There is something. But like it's just not meant to be.
He is so, and everyone was saying this last week, the difference between the two love triangles is the first love triangle was so communicative that like there was no way to misread the signs.
Yes.
And I think that really was led by Seong-ho being so upfront all the time. And also I think Seong-ho is a person who seems very like aware of what their emotions are.
Yes.
They might not necessarily like display them to the extent that like...
But he knows what he's feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even in the beginning when he was like still... Remember we were like, I don't think Seong-ho likes Jun-sung. I think he just thinks of him as a friend.
Yes.
I think he was still like processing what he actually thinks of it, but he was still very much like open. Like he was still acting as if that he is still a person that he would be interested in.
Right. Jun-sung goes down next, and
He gets no
he has no voicemail, and he's like,
oh.
But here's the thing. This is because as we just said, they have been so open.
Yeah.
Sung-oh knew he could do this,
yes,
and it wouldn't throw anything off.
Yeah. I think like at the moment, obviously, Jun-sung was like, oh,
sure.
Whatever.
And he says it with it.
And he says it.
Spoiler alert.
Yes.
But yeah, he says it.
And then even later when they finally meet, he was like genuinely shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Even like Sung-oh just being fully genuine, like being, not feeling like he has to hide anything. That he felt that sense of like, I'm confident that.
These are so cute. You look so cute in that.
No.
This was like $35.
Both? Each.
Maybe 40.
Each?
Yeah, each.
I want to do patches.
There was one.
There was a C.
There was one that came with it.
Is it an iron-on or you have to like stitch it?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Stitch in time saves 9.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I felt as strongly about anyone last season as I do about this season.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I was rooting
like,
for them all.
Yes.
In like a very serious way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no one will top Wonbin from Exchange 2. An actual perfect man.
I need you to know.
Are you crying?
I need you to know. I would leave you for one. I joke, haha, kiki, kaka,
but I genuinely,
LOL,
but if
DK. No. Wonbin from Exchange 2. All bets are off.
Yeah.
I've never seen a softer, kinder person in my life.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's getting emotional from a show that we're not even talking about. Okay.
About a straight man.
Yeah. A PE teacher.
Oh my god, I forgot he's a PE teacher. A coach. Okay. Sung-oh goes down. He has a call from Jun-sung. And he is like...
He is crying.
It's so sweet.
Yeah, Jun-sung's voicemail was very much like...
It was better than his letter.
Oh, yeah. For sure. It was essentially being like, I've never been this happy. Mm-hmm. Essentially. And after this phone call is done, after it's all done, would I still be happy afterwards? Or like, is there something for me to look forward to? And he's like, I think there will be.
Mm-hmm. Woo! What a great guy. So that was Sung-oh. Min-Seong goes down.
Well,
and this is where, okay.
This is when Adam was like, this is so weird. We already know what's going to happen. Min-Seong's going to pick Youngjun. I don't give a... Why aren't we just hearing the voicemails? It makes no sense.
Min-Seong, Jin, and June all go down. Min-Seong
says... They play it that it's like, here's one message.
Yes.
I think they say it's just one message.
The English caption said this is the first message. However, it's just a recording that they could have thrown into that clip too. It's not the live sound of the girl talking.
It's like an exchange. They would purposefully edit things.
Editing trickery bookery.
Yeah.
That's some
it's like,
Boys Planet Jiho in reverse.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Evil
editing. Min-Seong got evil edited.
Okay, yeah, so...
He hears a message.
Jin and June, parallel.
Here, one of them is hearing the message from Min-Seong. Mm-hmm. Then they reveal that it's Hyungjun gets the message, but they don't play the full message.
They go,
hi,
Hyungjun,
it's me, Min-Seong. Cut.
He hears the message, he's crying, and then he leaves the phone booth and like writes the letter decisively, and then puts it and then goes.
Okay.
This was when Adam was like, that's so stupid. Why don't they just show it? We know what's gonna happen.
I was very annoyed.
Yeah.
I mostly was annoyed because I was like, they could have just done There was not a surprise to. First of all, the fact that they dropped the trailer yesterday and that
already showed Jun-Sung kissing.
They already showed the kiss.
Yeah.
Like, you could have just edited it so it just you wrapped that whole plot and then saved that whole love triangle for the very end. That's the only thing I would have changed about this episode. Wrap your Jun-Sung Sung-oh in a bow. Call it a day, finish it out, and then go back to the house for the 3 messages and everything else we find out later. Okay, now we go to the meetings. So again, if they've written each other,
they
they might
to each other.
Yeah.
Jun-Sung is
Jun-Sung
out
and
there.
Sung-oh are together. Great.
Jun-Sung is out there. Blah blah blah. And then
Kiss
Jun-Sung
and
says
hug
and then they kiss.
Was I crying? Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because we didn't see obviously when he sees him.
No, because honestly,
Genuinely shocked.
You know what's crazy? I don't think the kiss is the best part of this moment.
No, it's when they meet.
It's when they meet and they hug immediately.
And then
Sung-oh
says, I missed you. Girl,
good.
It's been 2
First
hours.
of all, enough.
Everyone online has been like, the disrespect they have to the single community.
It's obnoxious. I love them.
You could tell they wanted, like, Jun-Sung wanted to, like, make out with him right away.
Oh, he was gonna go. If there had not been cameras there, he was gonna go.
Well, that's
for
the thing. When they were like, kiss, they kiss.
Consent king.
Yeah. They kiss, and then Sung-oh is like, I want to go home.
Yes, we need to leave.
We need to leave right now.
We need to leave
because
immediately.
I need to suck your face.
Yeah. I really didn't know where you were going with that. I'm really scared. I like stopped breathing for a second. Okay. Yes, they definitely went home and made out for sure. They just went to the car and made out.
Yeah.
And then what's
On
so
the
funny
Uber.
is they did that. Then they had to go shoot the talking heads.
Yes.
And then they had to go. Yeah, it's very funny. I've got faces to suck.
I've got faces to suck.
Face. I got face to suck. I really hate that phrase. Why did you? Don't like that at all. Okay, we're going to close them out. So the letters they wrote to each other, Jun-Sung's letter just said
His name.
Shin Sung-oh. I don't think he realized he was supposed to write a letter.
Yeah, I
which
think
is
he
very
just
funny.
yeah.
I think he was like, "Oh, I'm just supposed to write who I want."
Yep.
I don't know what else he would have said though. Not a very verbose man, let's say. And then Sung-oh wrote just I thought just like a regularly sweet letter.
Basically like, will you be part of my daily life?
Yeah.
Which those are the stakes, girl.
Yeah. Okay. I'm taking off my glasses.
Oh.
Okay. Min-Seong and Hyungjin picked each other. So they meet. At the cafe, Hyungjun welcomes Sonu. Now we're going to flashback.
And Adam was like, I feel like I'm watching Ocean's 11 and watching how the heist happened.
Yes.
Because that's how
I
it
truly
felt.
was like, I
Now I'm
can
getting
see
the-
how the cookie crumbled.
Yeah.
Literally.
The
Honey, crumbled.
cookies.
Oh, baby, the cookies crumbled. Is this crumble cookies, honey? Because they're...
Crumble.
Okay.
Let's finish Hyungjin.
Okay.
Okay.
Simple, easy.
Yeah.
He called
Min-Seong.
Min-Seong.
He wrote Min-Seong's name.
He wrote Min-Seong's name.
He did not get a phone call or voicemail.
He did not get a voicemail. Fine. They didn't even show Hyungjin write the letter. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Moving on.
Yeah. And the letter ended up being like
Oh no, Min-Seong's letter was super long.
his letter to Min-Seong was like, you look very cute when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
You look
felt
cute
like,
in the bathroom or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like I'm still into yeah.
I'm still there. This couple feels more like not
Not
Sung-oh,
like meant to
Jun-Sung.
like they are yeah.
They're just like, I'm still curious about you and I'd like to know more.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. Okay. Min-Seong called Hyungjun. The call was, hey girl, it's gonna be a no from me, sis.
But the way he says it was that I really appreciated all of the talks that I've had today. And because of
I've made my decision.
Yeah, and because of it, I don't think I can go fishing with you.
Yes, that's how he frames it.
I literally felt it in my heart. I was clutching my chest.
So at this, okay, here's where my brain was. I was like, wow, Min-Seong just like out of nowhere just decided to pick Hyungjin. Don't you worry, don't wait, just wait. So he see Hyungjin get this message. He turns around and writes. He says like no one. He doesn't write a name on the card. He doesn't pick anybody.
He says 없어요. No one.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hyungjin's message.
Min-Seong listens to his messages.
Oh, yes.
And he hears the
Hyungjin's
first message, and it's Hyungjin saying, I really would like to know you more, blah, blah, blah. And that was it.
And that was the only message he
had
got.
one message.
So then we flash to
Hyungjin the voice messages.
Leaving the voicemail.
And he says, I don't want to leave a voicemail. To which I looked at that's when I started hitting Adam with the pillows. And that's when we were like, so I guess that was an option?
Yeah.
In my mind, after seeing that, I do think then that like Jungkook probably was like, I could go the easy way out and not pick someone. But I think he made the conscious effort to be like, I will pick Youngie. I will at least be true to how I feel.
And this is the eternal question. Should you continue to be like, I like this person? Or should you be like proud and be like, if you don't like me back, then I don't like you? Which is the option that Hyungjin chooses. This is not a comment on
him.
I am not like Hyungjin. I'll say that. And I'll say that I was a little hard on Hyungjin last week.
Yeah. And people were mad at you because they were like...
People were very mad at me.
How can you
I don't think they were mad at me. I think they were passionate.
About the
situation. And I do think there's a lot of valid points. And I do think I also have like previous stuff with guys who remind me of Hyungjin that I was like, But that's not a take on him at all.
No.
It's just how I react to people like that. So then we flash back further.
And when they showed this, Adam
because
and
at this
I
point
were
you're like, oh, Min-Seong just made a decision, and it kind of is out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That night
or that, they had the whole
he made a decision.
He made a decision from all the talks.
It's like, okay, fine, Min-Seong. Then you flash back to the letter that Hyungjin wrote at the end of the last episode that they didn't show, and he left on Min-Seong's pillow.
Yeah.
When I was like, did he give the cookies back? Because that would be terrible. It's actually worse.
It's actually
somehow worse. It's worse. The letter starts with, I'm done.
Which, okay, I think there's probably, not that it's a mistranslation, but I think there's
maybe there's nuance.
I think there's nuance in what he actually said.
Okay.
Because he said, I'm done. Min-Seong, be happy, to that extent.
Yeah. I'm rooting for your happiness.
Yeah. Next time you see me, don't call me Hyungjin. You can just call me Daniel.
Yeah, you can call me my stage name. I actually saw the Daniel part before I saw the I'm done part. Because it was like in the corner. I didn't see that part.
I don't necessarily mean that it's like cold, like, call me by my stage name. I think it's more of just like, you can call me as like what everyone calls me, like, because I'm sure that's what he goes by at the bars when he's working with all of his friends, call him Daniel. Like, I think it's more of just like a, but I also think that
maybe it's not cold yes. For sure,
but I think
it's very clear that he's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't think he's a person that can be like, we're not dating, so let's just be friends. I don't think he's that person. I think he's a person that will always be like, well, I've had feelings for you before, so now I can't unsee that.
Yeah, it's not. Listen, either way you slice it or dice it, it's not great.
And he put the Polaroid in of their shoes, their matching shoes.
Mm-hmm. And so that was That was that.
And
And that is then why
Min-Seong says...
Min-Seong called Hyungjun and said no.
No, but this was after the voicemails, remember? After the voicemails was when he wrote the letter.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I thought it was before.
Because they were going to bed and packing. So I think Hyungjun still...
He was wearing a coat, but I didn't know if he was wearing a coat because he had been smoking.
Yes, I think the voicemail still happened and then this happened. I think when he realized that he wasn't going to leave a voicemail of Min-Seong is when he's like, I think... But do you think it's from pride as opposed to him kind of like already sensing that Min-Seong is going to pick Hyungjin?
I still think that's pride, though.
That's true. As opposed to, I guess, like, just reacting to the situation of, like...
His whole MO on the show has been, like, I'm going to react first and then think later.
Yeah.
And
he shows regret later. He's like, if I had not called Sonu, we would have gotten on a date, and I think we would have been able to...
They probably would have been the second couple.
Because if they got on that second date, I think Hyungjin would... All of the things that Hyungjin did that pissed off Hyungjun was in that group date. So that group date would not have happened.
Yep.
And
they probably would have had their own little RV camper that they would have sat in and maybe also made out in. Who knows?
Probably. When all of this happened, Adam
and
I
literally
wild
when you can see the like threads of multiple universes, like in the choices.
Like what could have happened?
Choices.
Adam and I literally were like, you can't write this. This is
no. AI, please. She could never.
When Min-Seong said, I can't go fishing with you, I literally was like, they are living in a drama. Like, what is going on? This is so insane. Hyungjin and Min-Seong are together. They walk away.
Fine.
Hyungjin was fully like grabbed his hand right away. Or, did you see that? He was like, oh, I'm so cold. My hands are so cold. And then like reaches for Min-Seong's hand.
I still don't think they have any chemistry whatsoever.
I don't think they made it.
I don't think they made it because they weren't in the
credits.
They were not in the credits. But also that's fine. Like really the show is like, are you going to meet someone that you want to go on a date with? And then I guess not. It's fine. The I'm done is crazy. Someone tell us if the like translation is like weird, if it's transliterated.
If he really said that coldly, I'm done. Or
someone let us know.
Or was he saying like, I'm bowing out.
I think that's the same. I don't think there's another way to read that though. I mean, like, sure, I'm done is like a cold way to say it. Yes. But either way, any way you say it, you're saying like, I don't want to play the game anymore. I don't want to play the game I signed up for. That's the thing that annoys me. That's the thing. More than anything, the thing that annoys me about Hyungjun is that, and like, I'm glad he's true to his feelings. I will say that. I'm glad he's not like pretending. And I do really respect that he is like very aware of his emotions. I don't think he's like unaware that he reacts in ways.
Yes. He knows that like I do this, that like this is my crux.
In the way that Sonu knows that he is like fickle.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. The thing that annoys me is like, I just like, if you are a person who is like a jealous type of person, I just think like it's a bad idea to go on dating shows. I think you should probably just stay away. And like jealousy is like, ugh, it makes me so.
But I also think it's a thing of he probably was a person who dated around and realized, and if things didn't work out, there was always like an excuse maybe that like, well, it didn't work out because he didn't like that I work at a bar or like blah, 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 blah. I think by isolating it, this was when he realized like, oh, it's me. Like
Am I the drama?
Because I do think him making all of these decisions are because he's fully aware that he caused them Like he was the reason for his downfall. And so
That's a Greek tragedy.
And Mama, because he knows that he was the one who did all of it.
Yeah. It is a bummer because I actually really was rooting for June and Min. And I wanted them to like get over that hurdle. And I wanted Min to be like, I can try this like thing.
That scene of him in the yoga pants, I think like fully, that was what broke my brain of like, they have to be together. Because the chemistry.
Yeah.
They didn't end up together, but Hyungjun
goes to a cafe. Sanu comes in.
They're like, oh, we're the two. This is the cafe of the two people who made the other two couples happen.
Yeah. And then Youngie comes in,
and you can see the face crack because he was like, I thought Sonu was in this cafe alone, and then I saw fucking Daniel, and I was like, oh, of course it was too good to be true. And then Sonu was like, well, sit next to me, Youngie. And then he sits next to him.
He would have sat there anyway. But yes, okay, fine.
Well, because his coat was there. He like genuinely was like, oh, sit here, takes his coat off. And then Fully's just like...
He like leans in,
crazy. Fully like, oh, what are we going to do? And even Youngie, same as like when they were making fun of Sonu's clothes, he was like, what are what show? I'm still a person. Like, we're still real people.
Yeah.
The Youngie was like, what is he doing? Why is he being so flirty all of a sudden when he literally just rejected me?
The worst part is, like, I can see myself doing that exact same thing.
But Sanu does?
Because it's such, like...
It's like a way to kind of...
It's so clearly a bit.
Yes.
But, like, also, like, it shouldn't probably be with the person who definitely just wrote you a letter about how much they like you.
Yes.
Oh, and I was like, oh, Sanu, baby. What? And then Jungho comes in. And it's funny because they're sitting like brown shirts on one side and like blue shirts on the other, which is funny. And none of them match, so they all get to have a little Americano and
you know what? You know what? Hyungjin didn't end with a man, but he did end up with some baked goods because he was like,
he loved whatever that almond croissant was.
Not too sweet. That's my man. The way that this show has completely like bulldozed through our expectations.
I would be a terror on this show. I need everyone to know. I'm so happy to comment on how these people are doing it right and doing it wrong.
Because you would be a monster.
I would be tumbling ass backwards over myself every other minute. I would look a damn fool.
Yeah.
There would be like hate tweets about me specifically.
How insane you are.
Yeah. They would be like, what a fucking narcissistic pig. And I'd just be like, okay. Anyway, I would not be good on a dating show. Not even for jealousy reasons. I just am like, I would just be like so overwhelmed at all times.
So overwhelmed all the time. I would think that
I'd also have to feel like I'd be so aware of the cameras that I feel like I'd have to be performing all the time.
Yeah, you will be. Yeah.
It would be an actual problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't do a dating show. I mean, I guess I can't. But I would probably do like a Big Brother. But I feel like I would...
You could always try to do a dating show and just lie. It's happened on Exchange. We can't keep bringing up the Exchange or they're going to make us...
They're going to be like...
Exchange.
They're going to knock on our door and be like, you get on that camera and start talking about Exchange right now.
If there's an Exchange 3, we will talk about it.
Yes. If there's an Exchange 3, we will be on it.
We will be on it.
We won't be on it.
On the show.
We will be doing a show. We won't be on
What
it.
was his name from TO1?
JU. Yeah. He filled in for Bam Bam.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a live doll talking on this panel.
There's a literal human doll. What's going on? Okay. Anyway.
I really didn't think that it was going to have this much drama. I didn't think the girls would act up. And... act up. This wasn't even that much.
It was very tame.
Very tame. Like classic Korean dating shows where it's just the miscommunication is what causes conflict. Miscommunication.
I don't
and
even know
like,
if that's Korean. I think
like,
that's every show everywhere. I think everything and all problems stem from miscommunication.
but it's not even miscommunication. It's about not picking up signs that people leave you. I feel like because in Korean dating shows, I do feel like they are not as like proactive of like, I like you. Like it's like,
sure,
hey,
keep it close to the vest.
I heard that I remember that you wanted to get a new perfume, so I got you that new perfume.
Yeah.
Or like I remembered you mentioned in
acts
this
of
date.
service.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think the season was great. I
mean, the
super happy
narrative
for Jun-Sung and Sung-ho. I think the producers really knocked it out of the park with casting.
Yeah, I really think so.
I don't think it like was the perfect ending that I was hoping it was, but also like life isn't.
Yeah.
And that's a commentary on the human
I
condition.
do like that we got in the ending a story that we wanted to see fully done. Like the Jun-Sung Sung-ho was like, that is, everyone got that.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got like a surprise ending, which was so like we
it
got
really
both.
was the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
It really was Hannah Montana.
If there is another Korean dating show that people think that we would absolutely gag for,
Is there gonna be? I really loved Change Days.
I loved Change
Okay,
Days.
what's crazy is we got my mom into Change Days, who does not watch
anything Korean,
anything with subtitles.
and she was like, "Oh my god!" and like naming all the names.
Yes, poorly, but she did.
But
Yeah.
she did.
It was great.
So yeah,
I loved Change Days. Change Days was also wild. Yes. Change Days was a show where I was like, I need to shake you because you are so you were such a mess. Isn't it nice to know that like across the globe, it's very hard to maintain relationships?
Yeah.
It makes you feel less alone. The thing that I always think straight people forget is that for a lot of gay people, because they don't have their adolescence to like figure out these like partnership relationships.
It's 20s.
It gets
30s.
like stunted and then pushed into your 20s and 30s when you've like kind of figured yourself out, but you're still making messy mistakes.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So I think that's why I always try to like give
gay people
more grace
in dating more grace
yeah.
because they're trying to figure out themselves and make those messages.
I don't know if it's as one-to-one in Korea as it is in America, because like I don't know how much like dating happens in high school in Korea for a lot of people. But like in America, like I mean, I had a high school boyfriend, but I also came out freshman year of high school in 2006, which was like not super common in Indiana.
I do think like if you're dating, you just need to like, I think there are still parts like that where like I can understand like a decision was like, okay, that was messy, but I think you're trying to figure stuff out versus like that's bad behavior. Like that's a dick move. Or like that's a reflection of like what you actually believe.
Yeah.
Cuz even in like in this show, all of the decisions are like are decisions. But that don't, to me, none of it reflected to like what type of person someone is.
Yeah.
Like even as much as like
it's not a comment. Yeah. People, well, you also can't, I don't know. People aren't just one thing because of one action that they did one time.
Yes. I know that's a big statement, but we're talking about in the show.
It's
like,
hard because sometimes I'll see comments on like Twitter about people and I'm like, wow, it's so crazy that this is your take because it's wild. And then I have to think to myself that like, oh, 14-year-olds are on this platform. And like no shade to 14-year-olds, but also like there's a lot of like there's a lot of growth that I personally have gone through from being 14 to 30.
Yeah. Shocking what half a life will do. I think our biggest takeaway is Jungkook, if you're ever in Chicago, please. I'm so serious. The Ampliverse at gmail.com. Or if you are doing a show, we'll come see you, girl.
Oh, yeah.
We will be there.
That'd be
Tabit na. Okay, that's it. Bye. From Boys Love Studios, that's His Man 2. That's a wrap.
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse.